score, go in the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
I should take your phone away.
No, I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm going to drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely going to call a ride home.
Tonight, we start by taking a look at some end-of-the-year student media traditions and an event from the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association.
We'll also take a look nationally by updating you on ongoing conflicts in the Middle East and Donald Trump's criminal court case beginning trial today. Finally, you'll get an Auburn sports update and an entertainment update brought to you by Eagle Eye's Morgan Sims.
All of that and more is coming up next on Eagle Eye's Monday News at 6. Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Joe Champagne.
And I'm Allison Foran. Auburn University is an institution rich in tradition, specifically those that have lasted for generations. One of these is the yearly distribution of the Glomerata, Auburn's student-published yearbook. Eagle Eye reporter Celina Aleman covered the 127th distribution last week, in which copies of the yearbook ran out in just 2 days.
I'm here at one of the most cherished Auburn traditions happening right now on Haley Concourse, the distribution of the 127th Glomerata, Auburn University's yearbook. The Glomerata flies off of the tables today as distribution begins. The yearbook began its publication in 1897 when a group of students decided to combine smaller yearbook publications done by the university's individual colleges. In recent years, the yearbook's popularity has only gotten bigger.
This year we did order 500 more books. We did order 8,500. There's a bigger freshman class. We really wanted to make sure that we could accommodate that. Last year we got rid of them in like 14 hours. People wanted them so bad, and this year they're going even faster. So I think it really just shows that the students care and the students love, so that's why we keep going.
This year's theme is Sincerely Auburn, aiming to showcase more candids and behind-the-scenes looks at what makes Auburn such a special place.
Cover itself, we hadn't had an eagle in a while, and I really just wanted to throw one on there, so we did a full eagle as if it was landing to take prey, and it is in orange foil as well as the seal on the back. That's a tradition we started like 4 years ago or so now all of them have it, and I really do hope that it continues.
You can pick up your copy of the Glomerata now until Friday. For Eagle Eye News, I'm Celina Aleman reporting.
Thank you, Celina. Weagle 91.1 delivered a night full of music and entertainment for students on Friday, hosting their annual spring concert. Weagle is Auburn's student-run radio station. At the concert, local and regional artists were featured, including one of Auburn's very own. Eagle Eye reporter Allison Foran attended the event and tells us more.
Weagle is hosting their annual spring concert right here on Cater Lawn, and Eagle Eye is here to give you all the details of this highly anticipated event. The concert, hosted by Auburn's student-run on-campus radio station, invited students to come relax and discover new local and regional music artists.
So we've been working on it since winter break. A lot of the planning involves like setting up the venue, reaching out to bands. Weagle is like really nice for that. It's just basically like a learning lab, and I've learned so much of this position and how to book gigs and how to like manage people. It's really awesome. Our opening act, our first act, their name is the Bar of Bowen County, and they used to be actually in Weagle. That's how I met them.
The three featured bands performed music from a variety of genres, including indie rock, folk punk, and post-indie.
I think our main goal for this event is just to sort of give people a bit of reprieve. You know, exams are coming around in just a couple of weeks, so a lot of people are very stressed about either like trying to end this semester on a good term or, you know, even graduating. And so this is just like a fun little way to like give people a bit of relaxation and some cool music to enjoy. I think what students can expect is pretty much a chill environment and honestly just really good music gigs.
For more information on upcoming events, visit Weagle's website at weglfm.com. Allison Foran reporting for Eagle Eye TV. Thank you to Weagle for that awesome event. I had a great time listening to some new music. Continuing on with student media, the Auburn Circle, Auburn University's literary and art magazine, hosted Snaps at Well-Read Coffee, a chance to celebrate their spring 2024 issue. Snaps provides a chance for the Circle to showcase their new publication and fellowship with those featured in this edition of the magazine. Eagle Eye TV's Brett Fouts attended yesterday's event and tells us more.
Here at Well-Read Cafe, the Auburn Circle is hosting Snaps, an event to commemorate the spring issue of the Circle magazine. Patrons were invited to listen to contributors read their poems, describe the inspiration for their work, and even listen to some music. We spoke with Editor-in-Chief Sarah Amos about the Circle's spring edition.
This is our 50th edition of the Circle magazine. It's our literary and arts magazine on campus. So we take poetry, prose, visual arts, graphic design, architecture, industrial design, fashion design, literally anything creative you can think of, we take it. And it's all student submitted. So anyone across any major can submit, and essentially it goes through this process where our staff gets together, they look at all the different submissions, and then they choose the best ones to go into the magazine. So yeah, like I said, this year is our 50th edition. It's our 50th anniversary, which is so important, so big. And we're here at Snaps right now, which is our distribution launch party. So we will get the first copies of the Circle out to the public today, which is so exciting.
Following a presentation, the audience would replace their typical applause with snapping. Thus the name of the event. We spoke with contributor and award winner Livy Welch about her poem.
Yeah, so my submission was actually for one of the classes that I've had, my poetry class, where we went to the Jewel Collins Museum of Art, and we kind of just sat among the paintings, sat among the art, and kind of wrote what came to us. And so I wrote a poem about this specific art piece, and it really spoke to me of a mother and a son kind of turning back and looking away from the subway. And so my piece is kind of about loss, grief, new beginnings, and everything.
If you want a copy, you can pick one up, as the Circle will be distributing their magazine all throughout the week. For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Brett Fouts.
Thank you, Brett, for that coverage. Last Thursday night, Auburn's University Program Council hosted a movie night featuring the 2023 remake of The Color Purple. Students who attended the event were treated to free pizza, drinks, and a free night at the movies. The Color Purple is a musical film based on Alice Walker's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. The film follows Celie, who learns to find strength in the unbreakable bond of sisterhood. We spoke to UPC's current Vice President of Creative Events and incoming UPC President, Cole Wheeler. Take a look.
Yeah, so tonight we're playing The Color Purple. Originally it was supposed to be outside. We were supposed to be able to enjoy kind of the nice weather, but unfortunately it's a little windy tonight, so we had to move it inside last minute, which is totally cool. So we're just kind of really excited to show this movie. It's a really nice new movie, so we're really excited. So we kind of wanted to play some new releases. So this was just released. I know it's a remake of an older movie. It was also nominated for some Oscars, which was really cool. And it's a little bit of a different movie than we typically play. We play a lot of rom-coms, comedies, but we kind of wanted to throw a historical movie in there and let people kind of see a cool, different release than we typically play.
A carnival rolled into town last Thursday, courtesy of Auburn University's Speech and Hearing Clinic. The event was held at Cater Lawn, where the Auburn community was treated to a night of festivities, food, and fun. Eagle Eye reporter Julia Kosmiski tells us more.
Today I'm here at the Clinic Carnival at Cater Lawn, a carnival made to spread awareness to Auburn students about the Speech and Hearing Clinic. The Speech and Hearing Clinic hosted a free event that was open to the public to promote their services on Auburn's campus. Activities included face paint, go fish, bowling, beanbag toss, sack races, bubbles, ring toss, and of course, a bouncy house.
So this event was just a way that we wanted to give back to the Auburn community. It's open to the public, so clients from our clinic can come. Students want to know more about the Speech and Hearing Clinic and what we do here at Auburn.
The clinic is located on the first floor of the Haley Center.
So we're having the Clinic Carnival because we wanted to engage the people who come to the Speech and Hearing Clinic on Auburn University's campus. We wanted to engage some of the kids and the families so that they can feel more comfortable coming to the clinic as a space that's fun and not just for therapy.
Along with the fun activities, they had a snack table where they handed out popcorn and cotton candy. There even was a special guest appearance by Aubie himself. For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Julia Kazmiski.
Thank you, Julia, for that report. When we come back, we'll provide major national news updates regarding Iran's retaliation to an attack on their Syrian embassy and Donald Trump's criminal trial that begins today. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. Up high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope. Up high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Or that the projections would be flood next Thursday?
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency.
All eyes are on Israel today as the country's war cabinet met for a second day in a row, weighing how it will respond to the wave of drones and missiles launched at Israel by Iran over the weekend. World leaders, including the U.S., are urging restraint in the hopes of preventing a full-blown war. CNN's Cole Higgins has more.
President Joe Biden addressing the weekend's unprecedented escalation of violence in the Middle East for the first time publicly.
The United States is committed to Israel's security. We're committed to a ceasefire that will bring the hostages home and preventing conflict from spreading beyond what it already has.
Nearly 350 projectiles were fired at Israel by Iran and its allies in Iraq, Syria, Yemen, and Lebanon. Israeli military officials say 99% of the munitions were intercepted with the help of the U.S., Jordan, and the UK.
We have been coordinating a diplomatic response to seek to prevent escalation.
Israel, however, is considering not only a military response, but also a diplomatic one that could further isolate Iran on the world stage. The country's war cabinet met Monday, deliberating for hours over the timing and scope of a response to Iran's attack. President Biden and other world leaders urging restraint and seeking de-escalation.
We don't want a war with Iran. We don't seek to widen and broaden this conflict. We don't want to see things escalate.
Jordan's foreign minister says he believes Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is using the fight with Iran to distract from the war on Gaza.
Now, as the international pressure on Israel to stop the aggression in Gaza continues, invoking a fight with Iran is something that we believe he thinks could dilute that pressure and could take attention away from Gaza.
I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
Cole Higgins in the nation's capital. Thank you. After several failed attempts to delay and derail the criminal process, former President Donald Trump will face a courtroom this morning as the hush money trial is set to begin. The case is the first of Trump's 4 criminal cases to go to trial and could be the only one to do so before Election Day. CNN's correspondent Gloria Pazmino is in Lower Manhattan, where it is all set to unfold this morning, and tells us more.
Former President Donald Trump is on trial, charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree.
Under New York state law, it is a felony to falsify business records with intent to defraud and an intent to conceal another crime. That is exactly what this case is about.
Trump has pleaded not guilty and denied the allegations.
There is no case. There's no case.
Prosecutors say Trump tried to cover up hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels in order to silence her about a sexual encounter she says she had with him in 2006, which Trump denies. Prosecutors are expected to argue it was all part of a broader scheme to influence the 2016 election. Hundreds of New Yorkers will report for jury duty this morning, but picking the right jurors won't be simple. 12 men and women, plus 6 alternates, will ultimately decide Trump's fate. Jurors will answer a 42-question survey as both sides try to spot signs of bias. Both prosecutors and the defense want to know where jurors get their news. If they ever worked for the Trump organization, they'll be asked if they support or are members of the Proud Boys and other groups. The trial is expected to include testimony from witnesses including Michael Cohen, Stormy Daniels, and former White House staffers Hope Hicks and Kellyanne Conway. In Manhattan, I'm Gloria Pasmino.
Gloria Pasmino in Lower Manhattan, thank you. When we return, Eagle Eye's Cohen Dalzell will give you an Auburn sports update, followed by an entertainment update with Miss Morgan Sims. Stay tuned for more.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Cohen Dalzell here with another fun week in Auburn sports to recap. So let's get right to it. Let's tee off with something that we don't get a lot of coverage on, the golf teams. Men's and women's golf are both in the midst of a top 10 season, with the men's team moving back to the #1 spot in the nation just recently. The women's team started the SEC Women's Golf Championship last Friday and played well in the stroke play category, earning second place and advancing to the match play section of the tournament. The 10th-ranked Tigers took on the Georgia Bulldogs in match play today, winning 1 match, losing 3, and tying the other. They won't advance to the next stage of the match play in the championship, but will be looking forward to the NCAA Regionals at Auburn University Club in early May. The men's team is on a hot streak as well. They haven't been in a position other than first at the end of a round since March 4th and have won the Pinehurst Intercollegiate, the Tiger Invitational, and the Seahawk Intercollegiate since then. They're now ranked as the best team in the nation heading into their final regular season tournament, the Mossy Oak Collegiate, today and tomorrow. The Tigers have high hopes for the SEC Championship Tournament starting April 24th and the NCAA Regionals in mid-May. Now let's throw it across the diamond for some baseball and softball. Auburn baseball had 4 games of action last week. After a stunning loss to Alabama State 3-2 on Tuesday, the Tigers continued their week at home versus the number 8 Kentucky Wildcats. The SEC struggles continue for Auburn as they lost all 3 games and fall to 2-13 in SEC play. Game 1 was a back-and-forth affair, with Kentucky scoring 4 runs early before Auburn tied it up in the bottom of the 4th. Kentucky added on 2 more in the 7th and held off the Tigers for a 6-5 win. Auburn got their doors blown off the day after as Kentucky blasted 6 balls over the wall, and Auburn lost 9-1. The final game of the series saw the Tigers jump out to an early 7-0 lead through 3 innings, with Cade Bellew homer, 3 sac flies, and a couple Kentucky errors providing the scoring. However, another 4 Kentucky homers led the Wildcats in a massive comeback. Auburn couldn't keep up, and Kentucky finished off the sweep 13-8. The Tigers finish off their homestand tomorrow, taking on Georgia Tech before taking a crack at Mississippi State this weekend for a 3-game series in Starkville. Softball also continued their season this week with 4 games of their own. Auburn defeated UAB at Jane B. Moore Field 9-0 in 5 innings before heading to Baton Rouge and taking on the 6th-ranked LSU Tigers. Auburn squeaked out 2 of the 3 games in Louisiana, taking the series against a highly ranked LSU team. In Game 1 on Friday, Auburn trailed after a 2-run homer by LSU in the 4th inning. A couple solid hits and some LSU errors allowed Auburn to score a run in both of the last 2 frames, winning the series opener 3-2. Auburn didn't get a hit in Game 2 on Saturday, and LSU capitalized on the lack of Auburn's offense, shutting them down for a 2-0 win. The rubber match on Sunday included a masterclass by pitcher Shelby Lowe, who only allowed 1 run in the first inning, 3 hits all game, and also added 5 strikeouts. The offense capitalized in the 4th, shutting the door on LSU for the series win 3-1. Softball is in Birmingham tomorrow to take on UAB once again. They travel back for a 3-game set with Kentucky this weekend at Jane B. Moore Field. That's all I've got for sports tonight. Tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Sports Night in Auburn right here on Eagle Eye TV for some more sports coverage. I'm Cohen Dalzell for Eagle Eye Sports, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We'll be right back.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Morgan Sims here with your entertainment update. Ooh, I hate close calls. They stress me out. The other day, I almost got taken out by a scooter on the concourse. 2 very scary close calls were caught on camera. A stolen SUV crash barely misses a family, and a hero saves a hockey fan from a flying puck. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
Shocking video shows the moment a stolen car crashed while fleeing and just how close it came to hitting a mother and her kids. Video released by Seattle police shows a masked suspect breaking into the small SUV and taking off. The vehicle's owner tracked it to a parking lot and called police. When they arrived, the suspect attempted to flee in the SUV and immediately crashed. If you look closely, a mother and her small children are missed by mere inches as the SUV plows into a parked car and nearly flips over. Police say the suspect then tried to run and resisted arrest, but a taser and a tandem takedown brought his escape to a halt. He's since been hit with multiple charges. Another close call, this one caught on camera at a hockey game in Ohio. Asia Davis says she and her young son were enjoying a Cleveland Monsters match when all of a sudden the puck flew into the stands and was blocked from hitting her son by the man sitting next to them. A slow-mo replay shows the puck come flying over and the man's quick actions to shield the little boy's face. Davis later posted the vid to TikTok asking users to help her find this hero and got her wish, as the three of them were later reunited after the team tracked the mystery man down.
I had a DM from him and it just said, everything happens for a reason. I'm glad little man is okay. And I looked at the profile, I'm like, this is him.
I was just coming out, trying to enjoy a hockey game, and next thing you know, everything's blowing up on social media.
The trio got to take part in a ceremonial puck drop before the Monsters treated them to free seats right up against the glass. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Wow, and I thought my close calls were scary. Shifting gears back to college, this year's NCAA tournament saw record TV ratings. The women's title averaged 18.7 million viewers. Massive viewership numbers aren't just good for the sports, but are also raising the profiles of players who can now earn money off their name, image, and likeness. CNN reporter Michael Yoshida takes a look at how money cut off the court is continuing to change the landscape of college sports, including a new way for people to try and make money investing in college athletes.
Hi, it's Caitlin. I'm so excited to be partnering with H&R Block to launch
college athletes.
When the odds get beaten, the chicken fingers get eaten, baby.
Capitalizing on endorsement deals.
My name is Olivia Miles. I'm dropping my t-shirt. It's become a really big part of the game. There's a lot more added pressures, I'd say, to get your business going, to get an agent, to build your brand.
They're also cashing in on their name, image, and likeness from NIL collectives. Operating independent of schools, these pool funds from boosters and other sources.
It's basically like negotiating with a general manager in the NFL or NBA, but at the college level. And obviously, the higher the prospect, the more the money.
College football is the biggest NIL sport. Every school in the Southeastern Conference, or SEC, has at least one NIL collective.
It's helpful for me to make my name pop out and come out more.
Opportunities continue to expand. New company Nilly pays student athletes up front for their NIL rights and pairs them with a financial advisor.
If a kid is able to learn about money, to invest properly, that goes a long way.
And allows fans to invest in the athletes.
We believe that this is a really good deal for all parties.
Nilly earns revenue from the athletes' NIL rights and shares it with investors and the athletes, who receive a majority of the profit.
We didn't have this 21 years ago when I came out of high school and had to go to the pros because of my financial situation. It's time for the athletes to be able to control their own destiny.
I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Purchasing my Caitlin Clark jersey now. I'm Morgan Sims, and this is your entertainment update. Now back to Joe and Allison.
Thank you, Morgan. Well, we're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Joe Champagne.
And I'm Allison Foran. Thank you for watching, and more Eagle.
My parents weren't fluent in English, so in school, I had to be independent and take initiative. And that's how I handle every project I get.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit Ace, you'll retire.